Bon, bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. Let's get started again. Let's see if everyone will say yes or no. Thanks. So my name is Gilles Rousseau. I'm actually heading a group in Europe in charge for Microsoft of all strategic partnerships we have. So this includes Yahoo partnership. This includes Nokia as well. The objective today for me is to share with you maybe some training on the Search Alliance that Microsoft and Yahoo has made together. What I'm planning I've divided this presentation into 4 items here. First, I think I need to. First step is make sure everyone understands what's the Search Alliance about, what it is, what is changing, what does it mean. See as well how we see benefits and how we already see benefits for advertisers. Sharing some of the first learnings from the US and Canada, which are the first markets we actually implemented the Search Alliance back in October. And then see how things are moving forward and when it's coming and how to be the markets to the European markets. So that's the intent of the next 30 minutes. Let's start here. So starting with what is Search Alliance. First thing is I will share a very short video which is available on our website, which is trying to inform people very broadly about what it is. This is again very high level view. We'll go deeper into the following slides later.
Story about search advertising becoming more powerful, yet easier to use. A story about advertisers, just like you. As a business owner, you're busy. You want to reach more customers, sure, but there is never enough time to do the marketing you need to attract new customers and run your business. The Yahoo and Microsoft Search Alliance makes reaching more customers easy. It's true. Very soon, you will be able to reach millions of potential customers across Yahoo Search and Bing. What's the catch? There isn't one. Yahoo and Microsoft are joining forces to give customers a powerful new choice in search. Plain and simple. With Microsoft Ad Center, you will have the ability to manage your Yahoo Search and Bing advertising from a single platform. That will free up time you can use to run your business. Best of all, you will be able to reach even more active, engaged searchers who actually buy things on Yahoo Search and on Bing all at the same time. Change is never easy, but Yahoo and Microsoft are working together to make your transition as smooth as possible and to ensure that you can take full advantage of this powerful new choice in search advertising. So, what's the bottom line? More customers, more sales opportunities, more control over your advertising budget. It's the Yahoo and Microsoft Search Alliance. For more information, visit our website, searchalliance.com.
So that's a very, very broad overview. I know that in Belgium, especially, there's no Yahoo Search dedicated Belgian site. There is one though in France, and there's one in Netherlands. Both are relevant for Belgian markets because that's a global platform and a global deal as well. So that makes it even easier to kind of advertise across the countries. To show more, in detail what is exactly changing with the Search Alliance with Microsoft and Yahoo. I think the best way to describe it is to take these 2 pictures, which are Yahoo and Bing search pages, and these are existing pages. I think I don't know which country, but they are about the same. What is basically changing with the Search Alliance is the following. First, the ads you see on these 2 pages, both Yahoo and Microsoft Bing pages, will be all powered by Microsoft Ad Center. So that's going to be the same ads. Basically, we're creating only one marketplace. We are merging the two marketplaces together. That becomes only one, and that's true across the world. These ads are actually sold to advertisers, to premium advertisers, large agencies, by Yahoo Salesforce. ads on the combined marketplace, and all the SMB customers actually served by Microsoft. So there's a separation of customers there, all selling the same marketplace. So that's the first big change. One ad showing on the combined marketplace. Second thing, the search results, the core search results on the left here on the Yahoo side are actually powered by Microsoft and given to Yahoo by Microsoft. So that's Bing technology giving the ads results, the algorithmic results to Yahoo pages. Still, Yahoo is owning, I would say, all the way to enhance these results, all the local data, the small map here in the middle, for instance. This is still Yahoo to invest to kind of make differentiation, meaning that at the end, the consumer experience will be different, because all the look and feel and the sort of enrichment of the content is still separate in the two companies. And obviously on Bing side, all the ads, the algo results actually powered and owned by Microsoft is exactly the same kind of experience, owning the experience as well. Only thing the core results will be the same and will be provided by Bing algorithms. So that's what is, I would say, under the scene and what is changing with the Search Alliance. Why are we doing that, and what are the benefits from doing that for the two companies, I would say, Yahoo and Microsoft together? The first one is obviously, and is even more true in Europe, given the share, this is still small. In a lot of other markets, this is a bit slightly different. Again, we mentioned it earlier in some of the presentations, but the share in the US combined is around 30%, which we share that. In Taiwan, it's more than 80%, and in Asian markets, it's relatively high as well. At the end, what it means for markets like our markets in Europe is that it kind of simplifies the competition, that it brings together the two smalls in main markets, and together, so that makes one competitive choice on the top of our friends sitting in the first row here. The other thing is really the efficiency, which is for advertisers, again, having only one platform to manage ads across around different websites or search engines creates more value, and it's easier to manage one reporting, one client account, one IO. Today, if you are an advertiser in Belgium here and want to advertise on Netherlands, in French websites, on Yahoo and Bing, you need basically one account on Panama for Yahoo in Netherlands, one account on AdCenter for France, Bing, one account on Panama for France in Panama. So that's at least three accounts, three reportings that you need to advertise in these two countries, for instance. Tomorrow there's going to be one account, one reporting. So that's what is the big difference. And that's true across all countries, of course. To customers, of course, combining, we all know that volume, that quality in terms of experience is also part of the volume. Combining the volumes, and again, that becomes significant now in most places in the world. Combining the volume, of course, is providing a better search experience for the users, better quality. I think the good sites to check when you're in Belgium is to go to the French website, for instance, the Bing website, which is the kind of latest that has been launched, with a set of good innovation there that shows where we want to go in terms of quality. With even bringing some local partners to the table, like in France, the Page Jaune, which creates really very good and best in the place, the local data, Allociné for all movies, kind of the e-press for all the newspapers. That's the kind of thing that we can bring together, being kind of stronger in each market combined together. We also kind of combine the engineering teams for most of them, and of course having more insights and more knowledge into this business makes it better. Faster innovations with scale. That's the result of what I just said, kind of combining the search teams, combining the patents of the two companies in search for users and in AdCenter for advertisers in the platforms will bring better quality, and it's already paying off. Last thing, the combined effect of all these things I just shared before really brings better return on investment for advertisers. Doubling more or less the people you can reach out with only one platform is half the job you needed before for double the volume, the audience. That's definitely better return on investment. So that's the promise to advertisers. Going forward, and to make sure this is clear to everyone, this is the Search Alliance is an alliance, right? It's not a merger, it's not a takeover. Actually, Microsoft tried at one stage, or wanted at one stage, we remember it, to kind of purchase Yahoo for $47 million, I think, I remember. That was a lot of money. We ended up doing the Search Alliance, but that means that we are working together on a set of assets. All advertisers, of course, will use Microsoft Ad Center, so that's the first thing. We have got some technologies licensed from Yahoo and included into our product. I said that's part of the alliance. That's what will make the products better. We are providing the algorithmic and the best search results. They are supporting the premium customers. We are supporting the SMB customers, and it's all the self-serve business. But there are plenty of places where we still compete with Yahoo. That's clear. We're still competing on the display business. Yahoo Display and MSN business are still competing head-to-head. And each company is also managing all the other products like mail, instant messaging, all the other things remain separate. Of course, in the search business, as I said before, each company can innovate in search experience. And we've seen not long ago that Yahoo has launched some new tests in the US in terms of instant search that's part of the innovation. That's part of the thing. We can still do it. We believe that by bringing innovation of this experience on the two hands, that will bring more consumers combined. Because we'll find different targets of people, and the sum will be bigger that way. And both companies are already, of course, maintaining their own service of affiliates, bringing to the search. So again, combining the marketplaces, combining the algo, but still competing on plenty of other places. So that's the learning. But on the search, impact for you, for advertisers, for agencies, really better return on investment and better volume. Moving to the second chapter, which goes a little bit deeper into these benefits for the advertisers. I already touched briefly on some of them, but so as I said, really that's a long-term investment. So the alliance is a 10-year alliance. So who knows what's going to happen in 10 years in this market. I'm sure nobody is ready to take a bet of what's going to be this market in 10 years, given the pace at which it is changing. Just think about where it was 10 years ago. But basically, I mean, that's really a bet on companies to kind of be significant and keep investing a lot in the search business. And we see a lot of these effects in the US already. Second point is really, again, providing better value and efficiency. So more customers, one platform, save time and effort, invest in the platform, better return on investment, and I share what it means. So this is just a little bit more graphical, the way to represent it. As I said before, think about the before and after position. We know we are small, especially in the markets here. Having for two small shares, tiny shares, having one accounting, one IO in each country, on each search engine, learning and keeping training on the platforms for all the people, on the analytics tools, on each of the platform. That's a lot. That's why we believe that there's really value of combining the two things to bring one marketplace, one buy, one platform, one reporting system, and having this accounting. There are two accountants for when you are one customer, you are other SME or large customers, and basically you get only one accounting to sell the thing. And there is some value of this marketplace. I just want to share some numbers, and I took the UK numbers. I have the French ones as well, but I took the UK numbers here. I see that if we think of the UK alone, and that was part of the question number 12 before, that's part of the answer of the question number 12 before. the latest presentation. If we think about the UK alone, I think the reach is pretty big there, right? I mean, we reach 23 million unique searches in the UK. That's a lot of the people. And out of these 23 million searches, 5 are kind of unique searches on on our platforms, meaning that they use only Bing or Yahoo search. So that's a segment of people that was part of the question we were having before. Who's your target? Even in our matching markets, there are some targets that are on these platforms that you need to reach them. So that's one thing, and I have the French numbers if you want to see them. I don't have the Belgian numbers, unfortunately, because Belgium is coming later into our rollout plans, but we'll have the same numbers by the time we come to Belgium. Other important thing I think is when we think about value of a platform is, of course, the volume you get from the platform, but there's also how this volume translates into action and purchasing, especially on search, where you want people to make an action and to go and clicking in the ad and buying something and making money out of your ad. And here, this is Comscore data, and Comscore is producing these reports like look at the behavior of searchers post-click. That shows how people, when they have clicked on an ad, how much do they transform this click through buying something or doing the action you want to get. And what it shows is that the audience we have, though it's kind of, especially in our markets here and in the UK, basically the combined audience that we'll have will be around 10% share. This combined audience has more propensity to buy than the average users in the internet. And that's important when you think about the return on investment for an advertiser. There's no magic behind it. I think the way I read it is definitely because when you are kind of newcomer, you get the people who are kind of fast adopters and more active users versus the passive users who have more advanced users on our platforms. Because the average user that stick to the defaults and get there to do everything are not on our platform, or not as much as on other platforms. And therefore that translates into these people being more active, transfer more, and make more buys into the platform. So that's worldwide numbers. If I look at the UK numbers, you see the same thing basically, where Bing and Yahoo are the kind of best converting search engines. So this is Nielsen rating report, and the previous one was Comscore, but basically they show the same thing, where together Yahoo and Bing audiences are more likely to convert than the average UK searcher. So that's again important when you think about investment for an advertiser, because that's not only how much volume you are reaching, it's also how much these people have a chance to transfer into an action. So that's what is important, and we'll see what's the impact in the US. So again, I think it would be interesting to share some of the learnings we made and we are still making in the US. So again, in the US, we launched the Search Alliance in October last year, so it's been some time already. And but we're still in the kind of tuning phase following this launch. As you can imagine, as you're all search experts and understand search deeply here, combining two marketplaces, two search engines is a tricky piece. And the art of magic into that, combining both, I would say the audience, the traffic, the supply and the demand together has a lot of impact on the advertisers and the landscape. So what we've seen in the US, I would say in a nutshell, is I would say there are positives and negative sides. What we learned in the US. What we see in the US is after combining the marketplaces, we see a real increase in the return on investment for advertisers, meaning that each dollar they spend get more actions behind it. That shows into the CPC numbers, that shows into the CPA numbers. That's the benefit of this marketplace, and therefore the return on investment for these advertisers is really positive. What is less positive is that they're getting less clicks than they used to before. So that's the other piece that we are still investigating. Part of the analysis of these is that because of combining the two things kind of brings definitely better algo results, that we invested a lot as well in the algo results. Some of it is explained by the fact that with better algorithmics, people click less on ads because they get more results that they wanted to on the first page. So that's kind of negative effect of improving things. Second effect, another set of effects is that transferring from one system, and that's a learning for you here when transition will come to our countries here, transferring from one platform to another is a lot of work, and a lot of advertisers have not done all this work. So there's a lot of work for SEO, for SEOs, for instance. But it means that it's not copy and paste doesn't work because rules are not exactly the same on all platforms. And if you, especially for those who are advertising in Panama and copied ads into Ad Center, the ads are not showing as well because the ranking is not exactly done the same way. So that's where it needs some improvements and investments. So what we see is that those advertisers who have made the significant investments and enough investments to make this transition see a real improvement both in volume and return on investments. Some other advertisers that thought that it would be a seamless transition have lost a lot of clicks, basically, because the ads are not ranking as well as they used to be before. And there are plenty of things which are different. As you will understand how ranking works here, I think, for instance, Ad Center is far more rigorous into ranking in looking at the quality of the landing page, for instance. That's a bigger factor into the ranking. That was not the case in Panama, for instance. So depending, people didn't put a lot of effort into what's the look and feel of the landing page to get the ads deranked, I would say, for instance. That's the kind of factor, and there's plenty of those ones that can impact the thing. So that's what advertisers see. I think there's another view of it, which is the volume and how many people we bring to it. So that's all the investment we're putting into Bing. And here I've put the main market where we have launched Bing for a long time ago, which is the US, and I have numbers here from September to March 11, September 10 to March 11, and sure, it's a steady state. It is a steady growth. It is not growing, hugely, but the growth is really keeping a good trend. And I think that's where we see, and as we start to see as well in France, for instance, and in the UK, where we invested after the US, and that's what we can expect, I hope, in the European markets, even though we start really smaller than that. But in March, we reached more or less about 1/3 of the market in terms of queries in the US. Combined together, which again makes a big case for investment in technologies and bringing better things. We've seen a lot of good innovation in the US that unfortunately doesn't come to Europe as a first step around social search, around plenty of these things, which is great thing. I think we all believe that locals will be very important soon, and is bringing and is getting bigger and bigger. Combining local and social is, for instance, a great area of potential. That's what is bringing more or less to the US today, and that shows into the results, into how many people are kind of getting into Bing and Yahoo Search in terms of queries here. What does it mean for us in Europe in terms of implementation? So as I said before, today, we have actually made the transition in the US and in Canada in October, last October. So that are the two biggest markets and the first markets. And again, before we move forward to next markets, we want to make sure we have tuned all the platform and the marketplace from the learnings from these countries before we transfer to other countries, because all the learnings will transfer automatically after that. So that's where we are working on today. So the footprint is today two markets, and being Ad Center platform, we have Ad Center running on Bing in the UK and in France. So Ad Center as a platform is actually present today in 4 markets. The goal is really that by 2013 will be, the coverage. That's the plan of the coverage. This is 55 markets in the world. So that's a bit of a challenge. Basically, Ad Center was launched something like 5 years ago. In 5 years, reached 4 markets. In the next 2 years, needs to reach 55. So that's going to be that's an interesting piece of work we're working on. Obviously, they're not all as big as the US and Canada, but still, that's a lot of advertisers to get trained to Ad Center, a lot of agencies, a lot of sales teams in Yahoo to train as well, SMB business or local support and everything. So that's what we are working on, and I think we are getting there in Europe. And basically, the transition takes something like, in a given market, it takes something like 4 to 5 months. So again, I can't give dates of when it's going to come to Belgium. And obviously, in Belgium, it's going to come by waves, because Belgium will come with, on the French side, with France, and on the Dutch side, with Netherlands. So that's the way it is planned. So basically, the steps are really, and we'll come to you to tell you how that will work and how to start working on it. And maybe some of you have already received some communication from the French transition, because I checked that all Belgian customers are actually, French Belgian customers are actually included into the files in the French market. But all the thing is around making sure that all advertisers today connect with Yahoo, create, have a good account, and all billing system ready in Yahoo systems that will invoice all the premium advertisers, move their campaign from one platform to another, and make sure they are optimized. And there's a lot of work done with the joint sales team from the companies to help campaign by campaign to make sure this is optimized, and then transition the thing and see what happens, and kind of, which is difficult to predict, even though we are doing tests. And we will actually start tests soon in Europe, but until the marketplace. Where we are in terms of markets, as I said, we have transitioned UK and US and Canada. We are in the tuning phase. Next market to transition to the Search Alliance is actually India. Interestingly, but that's it's kind of small markets where we are both present and ready to do the thing. We have already started to engage with customers in UK, France, and Ireland for the transition of those markets, and getting the first education to these customers. And we are in the stage of testing the algo transition, and we will soon start testing the advertising transition. Next waves of market coming after that are actually where we just start engaging is Spain, Italy, and Germany for Europe. Then it will move to Taiwan. There's a set of these 55 markets across the world that's going to come. So that's where we are. That's where we are today. If you want to keep, I would say the next steps for you is stay tuned. I think that's the first overview. I think in the meantime, of course, there's no need to move. It's just kind of keep it the way it is. Keep engaging with the current platform. If you don't have an Accenture account in France, you can set up one just to test it and to see how it works. Go and check the website for the latest news. I think the French website URL here, but of course there's one for UK as well, which is in English, that can be useful. And to see where we are, and of course we'll come back to you with the next steps on this implementation. With that, I will close it here. Thank you. I'll be ready to answer any questions you may have at the close or after the breaks. And that's just the first step of a long journey, but I think that's an exciting one. Thank you.